everybody, and welcome to another Beyond All Reason video. Yes, you're right. We're still with this style of video with me sat in the corner. Hello. And we're on the map Hyperion Shale. This is not a 1v1 map. Not a 1v1 map in the slightest. Yet, these two players, Yun and Ubivator, have decided that they want to play a 1v1 on it. Why? I don't know, but they have. Now, with this most recent engine update, there's a little thing called picture-in-picture, which you can see here. And if you didn't see it in one of the other videos, these are currently set to the player's perspective. So this is exactly what both the players are doing. Apparently, Ubivator likes almost having an aneurysm with his camera. He's moving it that much around that you can't see what the heck he's doing. Okay, well, that was interesting. We've still got the minimap up here. Now, question for you on YouTube and for anyone that's actually watching the stream as well. Minimap, do you still need it? Do you still want it? Yes or no? Because in theory, we could just remove the minimap by doing that and then have these cameras here in this corner instead. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm interested to try out a whole bunch of new things with what's come available due to the most recent update. So let me know. I want to try and make it as enjoyable for you guys to watch as possible. Now, the map. As we zoom on out, and you've seen it in the mini-map, this is a FFA map. And the start boxes were like this. So, or roughly like that. So both players have chosen the spawn positions that I would expect them to pick, which is high value metal extractors and a lot around them. But there is also two geos on the back here as well, just for reference. And it's a pretty defendable position. Once you've got that secured, you know, you've got this way and this way. That's all you have to worry about. Now, the middle of the map does have a higher value metal point at 6.2, but with how many metal points there are on this map, I don't think it's going to play as big a thing as it would do necessarily in a free-for-all or team match. Just due to what this is, you know, the equivalent of these. Yeah, basically. And it's probably easier to control this than it is to control the direct center of the map. Now, it's funny because at the beginning of the game, you're like, oh, yeah, not much is happening, not much is going on. But you can see from the actual players' cameras here just how much is going on. And Yun manages to pick up a early bot con and kills the wreck of it as well, meaning that no res bots will be able to grab that. So a good grab there by Yun. And the reason why you're thinking, why did both players go bots? Well, just look at how much crystal there is on this map. So much energy and a little bit of metal in those crystals will help be able to expand quicker and not have to focus so much on getting, well, energy buildings up online. May also support your building of those geos. Now, being this circular shaped map, you've got this repeated over here, and over here. So we'll see how quick they are able to pick it up. Now, Yun does a nice raid here, manages to get past Ubivator and gets these triple expansion mexes. The LLT should go up in time, but being right next to this energy converter, big mistake in placement there and takes out all of the, well, all of the health on the LLT. Almost gets the build power, literally millimeters off of killing that. And that's a good raid. Very, very good raid by Yun. Now, Yun is struggling for resources right now. Or is he not struggling for resources? Kind of twisted my words a bit there. Or is he not struggling for resources and he's just managing his economy very, very well? Don't know. What do you think? Getting some metal extractors here and there. He's getting some good value from these raids. And the thing with this map, it's going to be extremely difficult to kind of manage everything. There's so much room where you can be attacked that you've got so many like sides that you need to defend and avenues where units can sneak by, because you know these guys can go in this trench, right? So they can go in here, not get spotted, and then all of a sudden they're right here. And radar, although it is up high, you can see how it doesn't have vision right here, and the same on this side down at the bottom of the trench. There's no vision. So tough one, very tough one. Yun's starting off his air lab now to get some air defense. With how big this map is, that doesn't surprise me. It also wouldn't surprise me if we see some air transports out here to try and get to these metal points quicker, or moving comm turrets around, because it's taking a very long time to expand. And the quicker the players are able to expand, the quicker this game's going to be won. And surprisingly, Yun actually is building a lot of solars, probably due to how unstable the wind is. Max of 20, low of 1. And as we see E dropping right now, it's a low of 6.3 at the moment. Ubivator, you can see here, struggling a lot more for E due to not actually having any solars. He does have an E storage, and to be fair, until you get those geos, as soon as you get those geos, I think you'll be all right. But relying too much on the crystal economy, maybe. But still, this early game, I think it's going to be quite a bit slow. You're getting his first geo up, though. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe in a minute or two we see a vehicle transition from one of the players. Just due to the size of the map, it's going to help having speed. Now, although there are a lot of hills here, it's not enough for vehicles to not be able to pass over. Especially if you go straight down the middle. Like, there's not really much stopping this. You've got 2 LLTs. If you had some decent tanks, you can push through that path very quickly and be in Ubivator's base. And it's the same opposite way around for Yun, for example. Cleaning up this corner again. Both players just pumping out scouts and, well, he did have a bunch of fighters. I don't quite know what happened to them. Oh, he's got air cons instead. Okay. This is a very useful radar once this gets built. The Ubivator getting control of the center of the map here with that higher value metal extractor. So far, actually, Ubivator doing a better job at, surprisingly, at map control. Although this bit is kind of uncontested with the amount of forces here, this is going to be controlled by Ubivator. And considering Yun has no pressure on that right-hand side, it's kind of like that. So, although that doesn't mean much, right? Because Ubivator could just get attacked straight through here, right? And then what does that mean? It means nothing that he's got all of this side bit. Aircon's going for the Geo. Yun is the first to get the geos up. He's got one. He's starting on the second one with a third one being built over here. And Ubivator hasn't even started on them at all. How has this not been spotted? Okay, they have been. Yun really trying to find a hole on this left-hand side here. Which he's putting a lot of like pressure on this side, keeping most of Ubivator's army over here, but not helping that much right now. I find it funny how the fighters have left just as enemy fighters have appeared. That's unfortunate. Interestingly, scouting a lot here, looking for air cons with these fighters, I think. But he does have some, but they're right at the back there. Meanwhile, this Centurion's just slowly marching through. He's literally just set on a move to go right through all these metal extractors. These guys at the corner here. This guy's still alive somehow. There we go. Finally mopped up. And now pressure being applied on the right-hand side of the map. Armed metal extractors will help with this. Just due to the size of the map, it probably doesn't hurt to have them. And you can see, actually, the air transports for Ubivator. He's got quite a few of them now, actually. Nothing in them at the moment. So what we are seeing quite a lot of, actually, is Centurion drops. So maybe that's what we're about to see from Ubivator. Army value is not looking good for Yun right now. 60% difference between the players. Metal production is relatively even. But this one-by-one approach of Yun's incisors here has not paid off at all. Not paid off in the slightest. I may have missed those air transports, but a Centurion has made its way over to this far right-hand side. And now look at the left. This is proving difficult for Yun. He's just spamming stuff into the center, and it is doing nothing but leveling up these LLTs. This left-hand flank is getting demolished. The right-hand flank is also getting demolished. And where's Yun's units production? He's spamming fighters. He's like getting quite a few fighters. He just doesn't have the units right now. Spent a lot of time zoomed out here just due to the size of the map. It's there's a lot going on in lots of different places. LLT's trying to be put up here, but he needs something a bit stronger than LLT's, and he ain't gonna get it unless he builds something pretty soon. This is a sizable force that's about to appear. Now he does have radar up here, so he sees this. What always surprises me about Bar compared to other RTSs, you never see, well, I say never, you rarely see proxy labs. Like, you could, if you needed more pressure over here, you could build a bot lab here, right? You just spam stuff out from here. Help get reinforcements. Now, don't get me wrong, on like AV8s or stuff, you see like forward labs, right? But you end up getting the factory reclaimed. You don't like you reclaim your back lab and build one further forward. You don't have more with the meta now also being more factories. You would think that you would have more. Wow, this grunt's actually managed to just get right through into the base here. Is he gonna get? He's gonna get. Oh, he can actually get up there. Okay. That's not what I was expecting. Ooh, a slight army misplacement here by Ubivator makes oh, never mind. I was gonna say army misplacement means that Yun is able to push right through, but that might have just been a trap. Surprisingly though, Yun is able to keep most of his incisors alive here. I'm really surprised this construction bot is so far forward, considering how aggressive this area is. There's a lot of air transports moving con turrets and who knows what. They do manage to land the con turrets though before the fighters arrive. Such a big map. So, Yun's the first to get Tech 2 out as we switch over here to Ubivator. Ubivator, oh, so far. All right, forget what I just said. Ubivator is the first to get Tech 2 out with Tech 2 Air. And Yun has gone Tech 2 Land. Now, this does technically give Yun a little bit of an advantage here. If he can get some Tech 2 combat units out, he may be able to change the tempo here, which he already has done, as the first Tsar has reached the front line. There goes the Res Bull blob. Now, there is a time window, basically, where Yun now has to make the most of this. It's just like, well, screw it, I'll just build an atomic bomber then. If you built a Tiger, not a Tiger, a Tsar, I'll build an atomic bomber. Because Yun's air superiority is lacking. He has some fighters, not enough. Second Tsar now built as well. It desperately needed over on this right-hand flank. Where is it going? Nowhere. Air transport's coming to pick it up. Where's the air transport going? Over to the right-hand flank. I'm surprised we're not seeing much pressure like through the middle here. Considering it's the shortest distance between the two. I know there's no metal extractors there. Well, not as much metal extractors there, which is why you're seeing more of a priority focusing on the flanks, because that's where the metal is and you want the metal. Oh, this is unfortunate. All the fighters are on the right-hand side. Bye, Tsar. There goes all the supporting units of incisors. And here comes the second atomic bomber shot. Bye, Tsar. And all of the pressure that Yun had on this left-hand side has now gone. So both players know what each has when it comes to Tech 2. Now, there are 2 atomic bombers now. And this isn't looking good. Oof, this is also not looking good, as this is a big force that's about to just drive straight through all of this. The atomic bombers also are probably lining up to go attack this Tsar, which too will insta-pop that Tsar, as we just saw a minute ago. Yun's spending a lot of time in his base. When you look at his micro, spending a lot of time in there. And here come the atomic bombers. Just look how quickly Ubivator is zooming in and out constantly. Boom, boom. There it goes. Fight is too little too late, unfortunately. And not enough of them. He's airdropping flaks now. To be fair, if he airdrops the flaks onto the high ground, somewhat difficult to kill them. Although there is an AA up there already. So maybe don't airdrop them too far there. Oh, did that flak get... The flak got shot down. Transport. It's funny. I mean, so far, this game... I don't know. I mean, the medal a second is pointing to Yun being ahead here. But I kind of feel like Ubivator's a lot more ahead. He's got a sizable air force, and those atomic bombers are a right pain to deal with. He's already gone advanced geo on one point as well. And Yun's just not able to contest this air effectively. Oh, hello, Dirty. Thank you for the follow. And the atomic bomber is just kind of willy-nilly flying around, causing devastation. Now, with this heavy transfer to air, he has... Ubivator has lost pressure on the ground. He has got some units over here, but there's not much. He's spamming Tech 1 down the center. But if Yun is able to successfully deal with the air, it does beg the question as to whether Yun can pull this back. He could do, but there are holes starting to appear. And just like these 4 pawns just walking their way into the center of Yun's base, and there's just nothing to stop them. No units being made as these guys just roll up. Time to get some free damage. And Yun's just getting overwhelmed everywhere by the looks of it. There are Tech 2 defenses that are trying to help, but I don't know, there's just too much going on. It's going to take a miracle for Yun to hold out too much longer, I think. It also probably helps here that Ubivator, rather than piling down on the pressure with like more atomic bombers and such, he has actually let off the pressure a little bit when it comes to air, and he's building up his economy. You can see now that he's building yet another advanced geo. There's going to be up to 3 advanced geos in a moment. And meanwhile, we see Yun's only on a single advanced geo. Also, his expansion is just getting annihilated by some random incisors that are just rocked up to the front line. And Yun has nothing he can do to stop this. Also getting overwhelmed in air. He's trying his best to fight off the air, but by building so much into air, you can see he's actually got 2 air labs, the same as a Ubivator has. That he's now not able to actually produce anything on land. And we see Metal's second is very, very close. But Yun does have a slight advantage when it comes to, well, 15k worth of metal total. But again, when you look at how much map is actually controlled by each person, Ubivator has pretty strong control of that. Whereas Yun has like this. This is being contested. This is kind of somewhat contested. So Ubivator should be in a better position here. Tech 1 is starting to falter though. Spam's not quite making as much of a dent anymore, but he still can't deal with these gunships effectively. Just look at all these build turrets being transported over here as well in preparation for this going to Tech 2. Yun dives pretty much all his fighters there to try and kill the gunships and does not succeed. That is still way too hot to drink. And lots of flax as well, so the returning fighters actually get annihilated. Ooh, okay, this was not in preparation for Tech 2 metal extractors. This was in preparation for Tech 3. These Tigers were heading that direction as well, but just due to the amount of units that of Tech 1 that's been pumped out, he's actually decided to go the other way. Oh, he's going back that way. Right, now, will these Tigers spot this before the build power gets done building and before the Tech 3 come out? He is worried. You can see, look, Ubivator's paying attention to it. Yun doesn't know it exists. And Marauder's being rushed off the line. Tigers arrive thinking, some metal extractors. No, it's Tech 3. EMP's trying to delay it now. Will the 2 Marauders be enough to stop all of these Tigers? It's not quite enough Tigers with all of the pawns. Those lightning bombers really helped a lot there. And the Tigers, they do deal with the build power mostly, but that Tech 3 factory is well and truly up and operational. So how is Yun going to react to that? So far, Yun has not built his own Tech 3 factory. Look how many Tech 2 cons he has though. He is trying to get up Tech 2 build power up as quick as possible. Sorry, metal extractors up. And to be fair, he does have a lot of Tech 2 metal extractors up and running. Can't really deal with these Marauders though right now. It's not like he has any banishers out just yet. He could build banishers, that would help. The Tigers have attempted to make a move here, but it's like no air control. And so they're just getting shredded by these Tech 2 gunships. And just look at the swarm of pawns. He has 219 pawns. Oh, the fighters do actually dive here and manage to catch. Surprisingly, not quite as many of the gunships. Now all the gunships are dead, but so what? These marauders are gonna make a mess. Yun has nothing to stop them still. He's not even trying to stop them. Now he's finally pushing the Tigers the other way. Losing control of the middle. These marauders not quite being microed as effectively as they could do. Taking lots of free damage actually from these pop-ups. Because he rushed over here to try and stop the marauders from being built. Unable to succeed though. These marauders, I'm surprised they've been idle for so long. You can see here, Ubivator's not even paying attention to the marauders. Maybe he was thinking they were already dead. Like, he hasn't zoomed in on them at all. Meanwhile, the map's kind of slowed down a little bit, especially on this left-hand side. This is slowed down quite a bit. Pop-up defenses do surprisingly relatively well versus marauders. And that's the first batch of marauders dead. MP's trying to grab the Tigers. Missing the second wave though. Big air fight going on, and Ubivator ends up winning that one. The armed metal extractors are going to help deal with all that spam. Not going to help really versus, although I was saying that, they did almost kill that Tech 2 fighter. How much metal is there on the map right now? Quite a lot. 8k on this right hand side, 3k in the middle. And another 1.2 either side of the center there as well. Now, Yun has no... Oh, I was about to say he has no move just yet for this, but he's eating all of this metal on that right-hand side. Is he building more armed metal extractors? Looks like he's building armed metal extractors pretty much everywhere in an attempt to slow stuff down. Now, we are seeing an interesting choice here for Tech 3 from Yun. So we're seeing Kragenafs. Not only do they have the ability to shoot air, they're also all-terrain, which is going to be useful for, you know, getting up here. And I'm not quite sure how well they trade versus Razorbacks, to be honest with you. I know Shivas don't trade very well into Razorbacks, but Demons win versus Razorbacks. But as now Ubivator is pumping out only Razorbacks, we'll see. Atomic Bombers also now coming out from Ubivator in quite a expedited fashion. He's got 3 Tech 2 air labs. He's about to build his second Tech 3 factory. Atomic Bombers not used to the best of their ability on that flank there, but maybe being used to try and bait out the fighters. There's a force down the bottom here. The Razorbacks combined with some Marauders are still causing Yun some problems. This is like, you know, a whole base's worth of metal production down here that's currently unable to be tapped. So he really could do with getting access to this corner. The longer he doesn't have access to this corner, the worse it's going to be for him, as, well, Ubivator has his corner. He hasn't capped everything still, but Doesn't need to. Oh, an attempted build of a bulwark is not going to happen. Although these armed metal extractors are doing their job, destroying that pawn force. But over here on the right-hand side, it's kind of just easily running through the defenses that were there. Oof. This Persecutor had 128 kills, even though it was on like 100 health. Ubivator finally clearing up this center, but with 2 Kragenafs here. Be interested to see how far these guys get. Not very far when they just sit still. Razorback versus Kragenaf. Hard to say because that Razorback was full health. But this right-hand side is really proving a problem for Ubivator. No, sorry. Not for Ubivator. Problem for Yun. Ubivator has been in a pretty strong position in this game for a while now. Ever since that early air really, really helped him out quite a lot. But all it takes is a very strong reclaim switch. And there are a lot of res bots around. Who knows? May be able to turn. All he needs to do is kill the commander, don't forget. Which, to be fair, where is Ubivator's commander? Over here. And Yun's is basically in the same position, which I find interesting. Could have hit it back here, up here. No. Oh. A lot of zooming in and out there, I'm sorry. Razorback's not able to get any of the build power. Oh, okay, they are rezzing. So there is a bulwark up here now on this side and all these armed metal extractors. And it's kind of made it into a no-go zone for Ubivator here, which is kind of what he needs. He's able to hold the center now. I mean, yeah, I was about to say, if he's got pawn problems, he just spams pounders. And that's exactly what he's done. Now the pawn problem's kind of no more. The tech-free Marauders and Razorbacks aren't working so well versus these Kragenafs. And with 2 tech-free factories on the go here, Ubivator doesn't quite have enough metal to go around. Now he is preparing a Tech 2 bomber run, strat bombers. Now if this does manage to make it through, which with his air superiority he should make it through, especially with Yun now throwing away his fighters, that could be all it takes. This fusion going up will pretty much take out most of the build power. Now it is separated enough so that it's not really that much of a problem, but still, it's still could be anyone's game. Yun has technically advantage when it comes metal a second here. Energy a second, yeah. But metal produce, yeah, that's a big difference actually. You know, we're talking 30k difference between the two. And he has built Vanguards here in an attempt to get some long range damage, but with Yun's Kragenafs, or Karganafs, sorry, however you pronounce them, able to just scale stuff, it's not really that big a deal. Banishers as well, able to deal with the Marauders and Razorbacks relatively well. I don't know, the current unit mix here is looking pretty favourable for... Ooh, one advanced geo down. Current unit mix is looking quite favorable for Yun here. Now we have some Razorbacks down the bottom that will pretty sensibly go for this advanced geo, and that's going to be 2 advanced geos lost for Yun. That's quite a sizable chunk of a hit, but this Karganaf force is looking to move towards the tech-free production, which can do. There are 2 fusions there as well. See how quickly they deal with air once the air does make its way over. But Yun leaving it for a moment. I mean, all these strap bombers are now being sent to deal with the Karganefs rather than, you know, them hitting the tech free. So this may have actually just saved Ubivator's tech free production. A single fusion gets destroyed. About to be a second one. Anti-nuke destroyed. I don't think Yun has a nuke though. That Karganef gets killed. Does he have a nuke? He has no nuke, so the anti-nuke destruction doesn't really impact too much. There's push in the middle, and not really able to do too much. I don't know. This is still pretty close. These Karganefs just like walk over here, get up on this high ground. They can actually start doing some damage to the base. You know, walk like this. You may be about to see a huge switch. The thing is, Yun is, let's go player view. Yun is only aware that this is the only tech-free factory. Because of that, he's putting all of his attention to try and kill this tech-free factory. He doesn't know that there's one over here as well. He may be about to, sacking most of his fighters. Sees the build power. He still doesn't see the tech-free factory. It's right here. So that's why he's focusing so much on this side over here. But Yun hasn't been able to rebuild on this right-hand side, which is causing him problems. He is gonna slowly lose out on the metal. He has held this this left-hand side for a long time now. And as you can see here, it looks like he's going to try and solidify this front. Now, this big chunk of forces in the middle, I think it looks like Yun's trying to basically now try and take more of the initiative of the match. He's been responding to Ubivator most of the time. Now it looks like he's basically trying to force Ubivator to respond to him instead. Putting pressure onto the center of the map here, the closest point to the base. Forcing units to go here instead. Unfortunately though, Yun's forces are not quite sufficient enough, I don't think, to be able to make that much of an impact in the center here. Though that Razorback does get caught and will take quite a lot of Banisher fire because of that. Enough for him to hold his ground. Not enough for him to push in, but enough to hold the ground. There goes the Zars. See at long range. Yes, some Screamers being built. This force in the center has been pretty much demolished. Oh, but some Kargs have managed to make it to the tech-free area again. Oh, so strap bombers just missed that. Yun's own strap bombers managed to get in, dealt with some air, some wind generation, dealt with the build power around that tech-free factory, but yes, enough to chain the rest of the build power as well. There's one left and it's just kind of not really doing much. And it looks like, I don't quite know how it happened, but somehow the initiative has just completely switched. And Ubivator went from being very strong in control to absolutely losing everything. This whole right-hand side has just completely collapsed. Tech 3 factory is gone in the dust. All of the stuff that was there has gone. And he lost air control. He's lost the middle. He's just lost everything. I don't quite know how it happened. He was like very heavily ahead. And now all of a sudden, bomb. Just completely lost everything. He's down on units drastically. Look at the army difference. He's just not been able to deal with the Karganaths. And still building Marauders as well, I don't think is helping him either. The Marauders have just not really been able to find any value. And I think this is GG. I don't think Ubivator has a way of coming back from this. These Razorbacks are just going to march in. They're going to deal with this that is currently producing 0 metal. And that atomic bomb didn't even drop its bomb. Yeah, I don't quite know what was the point where Ubivator just lost everything. Like, he was in a strong lead, a very strong lead, and then all of a sudden just poof.
Commander destroyed.
Stopped building land. He focused so much on Tech 3 that he basically stopped building support units, and Yun was just able to overwhelm the Tech 3. Well, that was a good match.
Battle ended.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. Let me know what you think about the whole picture-in-picture thing and blah, blah, blah. Don't forget to do all those YouTube malarkey, and I'll see you all next time.